that glorious song of old, from voices waiting near the earth to touch our hearts of gold. Oh,
across the finish line, I said, I'm done with you. We're even. I won't do whatever the I want now.
There's plenty of biographies and documentaries and whatnot on Juan Fangio, your uncle. What do you think some of the fun stories are that we would hear about if we were sitting here with him?
I would say you are probably the most referenced person that's never been on the show before.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I didn't know you by name, but I did grow up watching a lot of the stuff you made.
Somebody's actually got in the pace car and stole it.
It's hard not to hear your name now in some of these episodes. To have you here with us today is pretty exciting.
Together, both slide to the outside wall. Dickinson and Trickle right through victory lane.
One of the things we try to do with our show is to talk about legacy. What would you hope they take away as your legacy?
I don't know. I'm just dedicated to do it. I don't know why. Frankly, I truly don't know.
I think it'd be, we had a small group of people from Indianapolis and built a car with an Oldsmobile.
Across the finish line, I said, I'm done with you. We're even. I won't do whatever the I want now.
There's plenty of biographies and documentaries and whatnot on Juan Fangio, your uncle. What do you think some of the fun stories are that we would hear about if we were sitting here with him?
I would say you are probably the most referenced person that's never been on the show before.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I didn't know you by name, but I did grow up watching a lot of the stuff you made.
Somebody's actually got in the pace car and stole it.
It's hard not to hear your name now in some of these episodes. To have you here with us today is pretty exciting.
Together, both slide to the outside wall. Dickinson him trickle right through victory lane.
One of the things we try to do with our show is to talk about legacy. What would you hope they take away as your legacy?
I don't know. I'm just dedicated to do it. I don't know why. Frankly, I truly don't know.
I think it'd be, we had a small group of people from Indianapolis and built a car with an Oldsmobile.
Tony, come on, lost it, got up high in the marbles. You're now a winner of the Indianapolis 500, my friend. Great job, Tony.
Cross the finish line. I said, I'm done with you. we're even. I won't do whatever the I want now.
There's plenty of biographies and documentaries and whatnot on Juan Fangio, your uncle. What do you think some of the fun stories are that we would hear about if we were sitting here with him?
I would say you are probably the most referenced person that's never been on the show before.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I didn't know you by name, but I did grow up watching a lot of the stuff you made.
Somebody's actually got in the pace car and stole it.
It's hard not to hear your name now in some of these episodes. To have you here with us today is pretty exciting.
Together, both slide to the outside wall. Dickinson him trickle right through victory lane.
One of the things we try to do with our show is to talk about legacy. What would you hope they take away as your legacy?
I don't know. I'm just dedicated to do it. I don't know why. Frankly, I truly don't know.
I think it'd be, we had a small group of people from Indianapolis and built a car with an Oldsmobile.
that glorious song of old, from voices waiting near the earth to touch our hearts of gold.
Tony, come on, lost it, got up high in the marbles. You're now a winner of the Indianapolis 500, my friend. Great job, Tony.
Cross the finish line. I said, I'm done with you. we're even. I won't do whatever the I want now.
There's plenty of biography.
All right, in theory, we're up. We're live, I think. We'll see. I don't know. But anyway, Thursday Night Blunder, Last Chance Qualifying. It is back. I'm Sean Heckman, and with me, as always, Ryan, say something.
I'm Ryan Eversley, and I'm saying something.
There we go. So it's our annual tradition. We've had a whole year of this Thursday Night Blunder nonsense going on without a stream, and here we are for basically the final two events of the year. Tonight it's a big one. It's the Last Chance Qualifier ahead of next week's World Final, where a whole season's worth of competition will come down to next Thursday's big moment. But anyway, it's an exciting night. We're back. It's been a very long year of a bunch of different things between Ryan's racing, my racing, some Dinner with Racers podcasting, including a crazy trip to Baja with trucks not too dissimilar from this, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, Ryan, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. This has been always a pleasure to come back and do Thursday Night Blunder. The second I logged into the practice session about half an hour ago, I just started laughing and giggling, which is kind of what this whole thing is based off of. So to see the liveries, which are always really, really neat, and to just watch us do something really dumb like jumping trucks is there's a whole reason I wanted to be here tonight, was just to watch this.
Exactly. So if you're new to this stream, there's Ryan right there. Wave, say hi, Ryan.
Yay! Fun time soda pop.
Good. Oh, fun. Who makes that?
That is Rutledge Woods Fun Time Soda Pop.
Ah, Fun Time Soda Pop. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Friend of the pod. Friend of the pod, Rutledge Woods.
the pod.
Friend of the pod.
All right, okay, good. All right, you're still on screen, but now you're smaller.
Okay.
So anyway, this is Thursday Night Blunder. It's a tradition that really started back in 2019 as the Dinner with Racers Continental Tire Cup when it first started, and then COVID hit, and we decided to do this whole thing every Thursday with the old Dinner with Thursday Night Blunder name. And somehow here in 2025, it's still going. It's gone through a couple different iterations. It went through COVID. It's something that happened every Thursday for a while. But then it transitioned to sort of a winter series that we did. And then the last 2 years, it's been basically a fan-run series. Ryan and I, to be honest, are not that involved. I mean, we love that it's happening. But just with our day job, so to speak, it's been a little bit tough to keep up. So we now have Jacob Campbell, who we'll bring on in a little bit. But Jacob has basically been doing a great job running this with all of our loyal blunderers. And anyway, so they've been doing a whole season. It comes down to these last two events, Ryan.
Yeah, and it's been pretty cool to like get the updates and the emails and know what's going on, as well as like I'll see random not tagging me or you updates on social media from the races, you know, like where John Cantu will get a win or Michael Rennick will post something. And so it's neat to kind of just see it organically pop up in my feed, because like you said, we are obviously partnering on it, but we've let Jacob kind of grab the bull by the horns and run with it. He's been doing a great job all these years. So it's always coming down to a last lap championship kind of thing too, which is funny to us because the whole point of this is that it's a dumb idea. It shouldn't be good racing, and yet they find a way.
Exactly. So that leads us to this weekend. We're bringing back an old tradition, something that we discovered, I think, in our COVID season of 2020. We discovered a new way of racing that no one else at iRacing has really figured out. But what kind of racing is this, Ryan?
Yeah, so we wanted to utilize the jumpy trucks, which people have done on road courses. Obviously, Robbie Gordon's Stadium Super Truck Series is the basis of this, but we came up with the idea of using GTP cars as ramps because the Nissan GTP has got a big shovel-like front nose to it. It's a perfect ramp, and I can't remember if it was Detroit or another street course, but I know we did Detroit for sure, and it was a huge hit. And I remember we had quite a few pros come out and drive the ramp trucks the first time for us. And all I heard about afterwards was that they were all giggling on the same chat about how fun it was. And so
Exactly.
even though they weren't racing, they were having as much fun as the people in the trucks. So yeah, that's kind of the concept here. And it's always a mystery where these GTP cars are going to line up as we see Jason Skeen going for a big ride there in the Yoshi liveried stadium truck. But as we see another Yoshi livery truck come flying through there, but it's a neat concept we came up with. It's a lot of fun. The GTP cars, they don't stay still when they get hit. They actually move around quite a bit, so they have to reposition. And in practice, one of our new drivers that's with us this week, Jack Mildwaters, he asked if he had to hit the ramps. We're like, well, you don't have to, but they're going to find a way to get in the way. And so it's an interesting situation every lap.
Exactly. So maybe as opposed to something like the Robbie Gordon Stadium Super Trucks, the objective here is you don't have to hit the ramp. The ramp's going to find you, and part of sort of the racecraft, if racecraft is a term we can even use in this series, is about how to navigate it. If you know you've got to hit the ramp, what's the safest way to not end up on your lid? And if you can avoid them altogether, well, that's perfectly fine if you can figure it out. So, but once again, we are, if you're watching this, you probably can find us in one of, well, really three ways. One on our YouTube, two on our Facebook, and third, we do have a Twitch that we pay no attention to. But really our YouTube, so if you go to youtube.com/Dinner with Racers TV, say if you're watching this on Facebook or whatever, that is where we're really paying attention to the comments. So if you have questions, if you want to know more about what's going on here on the stream, or simply if you have questions for Ryan and I on this crazy last year that we've had, we encourage anybody to write in on that YouTube chat. We're watching that right now, or I should specifically say Ryan is monitoring it right now. And even if it's not questions, even if it's technical feedback, we can't actually see how it's showing up on the final end there on YouTube or Facebook. So if you have notes on just you can't hear it, or the sound sounds weird, or any number of mistakes that I'm inevitably going to make, we encourage you to type in, and Ryan will catch it, and we'll deal with it. But again, if you have feedback, youtube.com/Dinner with Racers TV. Ryan, any mistakes yet?
I haven't heard too much complaining. Just good to see a lot of familiar names in the chat, which is great. A lot of our normal, I'd say, regulars, so to speak. But like Sean mentioned, we can answer any trivia questions you might have about how the year has gone, any of the updates we've got going on, as well as just some behind the scenes stories. If you listen to the first batch of 7 podcasts we put out over the last couple of weeks, definitely would love to hear about that and what you guys thought. They're a lot of fun for us to make, and so yeah, just looking forward to enjoying some hanging out with our fans effectively.
Exactly. So Jacob, when you get a chance, I'm going to encourage you to unmute yourself. Let's learn a little bit more about the season that's led us to this point. Looks like Jacob is unmuted. So we've got with us right now Jacob Campbell, who's basically taken over this Thursday Night Blunder series over the last year. And they've been running a season-long championship to lead us to this LCQ, and then, of course, next week's big world final. So, Jacob, welcome back. Great job so far.
Thanks, Sean. It's good to see everybody back right before Christmas. So we've had a really good year this year. We had, I think, 10 races, split between 4 in the spring, a couple over the summer, and then a month of races before these final 2 weeks.
Awesome. So coming into this LCQ, we've got a few newcomers, a few people have been going on. So what's at stake here in this Last Chance Qualifier heading into next weekend?
So what's at stake? We have some open spots in our World Final, which is next weekend, which we're doing the mini stocks at Daytona. Hold on one second. My dogs are being a little restless.
Bring them on.
It's real. It's all real.
Yeah. Let's see him. Is this Miles? Oh, you're muted again, or we can't hear you. Oh.
There you go. Come here. I'm yelling at him. This one's Alfie.
That's Alfie. Okay.
Yeah. But so we've had a good season. I think Justin Parcher won our season-long championship. He won a couple of races, and he beat out John Cantu by about 5 points. John won a handful of races as well. So we had a really good competitive season. We revisited some of our old favorites from COVID. So it was good to go back and revisit and have fun with everybody.
Perfect. So you've had a bunch of winners: John Cantu, Justin Parcher. Sounds like there's a few other people that have come in and won here. So this all sets up. You already told us, but next Thursday is the big World Final, and so what we're watching right now is just sort of a lead up to that. So you said it quickly, but what is the World Final from a format standpoint?
So the World Final is going to be a set grid race at the Daytona Oval, and we're going to be running the new mini stock cars on iRacing. So little short wheelbase, little 200 horsepower cars. It'll be one big massive pack race. So hopefully we'll be able to create some big crashes and some drama.
Okay, so basically 200 horsepower stock cars that are pretty tiny. So I'm assuming drafting and running up against each other is going to be a pretty big part of this.
It is, and we've been running some test races, and the cars are actually quite a handful. So they're not particularly planted in the racetrack, so it can get a little dicey trying to bump draft people. But you can get some pretty good runs going if you can kind of get a few cars real close together and bump drafting.
Gotcha. So
Awesome.
transitioning to this race, so this race, basically, if you're here, chances are you're going to the World Final based on what we're seeing, correct?
That would be correct so far, unless we see an avalanche of signups at the last minute.
Copy. So what's at stake for these guys here? It sounds like there's kind of two things. It sounds like you said it's going to be a preset grid heading into next Thursday?
Correct. So for next week, the grid will be set by points for people that participated in the season-long final. And then it'll be set by finishing order for the remaining positions. So if you finish first in this race, you'll start the first position after all of our season-long participants.
Gotcha. And then in addition to that, so we'll have a season champion in the form of Justin Parcher, and then of course there will be a winner tonight, and they're both going to get another special award headed into the first half of next week, which we decided on about 5 minutes ago. Tell us about the special award. So there really is a reason to win this race.
For these, you're going to get
A snipe?
a free snipe or black flag clear
Yeah.
for the race next weekend.
Exactly, for the first half of the race. So basically,
Correct.
how long are you expecting the race next week?
The race next week is going to be 30 to 35 laps, somewhere in that range.
Okay, so let's call it a 35-lap race. So in the first 17 laps, you're going to be given one of two, basically, tools you can choose to use. You can get a black flag cleared. So let's say you jump a start by a certain amount. If you get a black flag for that, you're going to get that cleared, so you can get a huge advantage. Or, again, only in the first 17 laps, you can get a snipe. And we haven't talked about sniping yet, but this is a pretty critical thing to have in these races. So, Ryan, how would you describe having a snipe?
A snipe is basically like calling your shot on who you want to get taken out. And so once a snipe gets placed on somebody, anybody in the race that feels like it can go ahead and just try to destroy that person's entire day. And it turns into people going counter race, blowing their own chance at a result because they want to be the one to take out someone and get the snipe. So when you get the snipe caught on you, it's basically all hell's about to break loose, and you're gonna eat it.
Exactly. So in the first half of the race next week, if you win this race, or somebody like Justin who's won our championship, that could be something you do. So you get drafted the wrong way, you get hit the wrong way, you want to retaliate or just get an advantage of some sort in the first half of the race, you can call a snipe and ruin somebody else's day and see how it goes. Now they've still got the second half of the race to catch back up. Now there's no telling if we'll have yellows, but I think there's a way of telling if we'll have yellows.
Yeah, there's a very high chance that yellows will take place today.
Yeah, exactly, and bring everybody back. So anyway, so that's that. So overall, how would you say the season's gone, Jacob?
I think it's been really good. We've had some pretty good participation over the course of the season. So it's been a lot of fun. We've had a few new members join us for the season, so I would say it went really well.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for everything you've done so far. So what's your role tonight?
I am one of the ramps, so I get to drive around and position myself to get in the way of everybody else.
Awesome. Okay. So the ramps are, of course, a critical thing. Thank you very much, Jacob. We've talked a little bit about the ramps, but I think, Ryan, this is a good chance to bring up yet another very popular guest on our show. The man who is both the, what do we call it? He's the Bo Barfield of questionable race officials. And he's also the guy that's spearheading our ramps. I'm talking about none other than Tyler Newitt, who's running all things ramps. So Tyler, how goes it on the ramp side of life?
It's going good. I dusted the old ramp off, took it out of the garage, and yeah, the bank account was looking thin, so looking for some fresh bribes. It's been a year since I've done any race control, so I'm a little rusty. So we'll see how the procedures go, but I'm confident that I'll be able to pick it right back up.
That sounds awesome. So, cool. Now, you haven't really been that involved this year so far on the adminning of the other races, but are you with us next week?
I'll be with you next week. Yeah, I definitely don't want to take any credit away from Jacob, who's done an awesome job running it. I'm just the ace talent race controller that they bring in when they need somebody for the big race. But yeah, Jacob's done the legwork. I'm just showing up.
Gotcha. But you are obviously you are a trackside, you are a ramp. So when you look at, say, the track conditions, the weather today, what's the prognosis on yellows?
I'd say it's cloudy with a chance of a lot of debris.
Gotcha.
We're looking track's looking pretty rough.
Gotcha. So
Sean, I sent you a text message.
I got
Just
it.
check
Yeah,
that real
it's been
quick.
passed along.
Copy.
But sorry, I should have confirmed that. But anyway, so all right, so we are watching jumpy trucks. We're watching jumpy trucks jump, which I think is always fun. Ryan, you and I took a little vacation. You want to kind of call it a vacation a month ago?
Oh, is that what we did?
Yeah, well, we went on a trip for sure about a month ago.
Yeah.
So tell me about this trip we just took.
Well, we heard that there was cheese on tacos in Mexico.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to confirm that after talking to several people, including Mexicans who live in Mexico, to confirm that there are cheese on tacos, and found out that there is, in fact, cheese on a lot of tacos in Mexico, especially in the Baja region.
Oh, so in the Baja Peninsula of Mexico.
That's right. Yeah.
From, let's say, Ensenada, 500 miles south, and then 500 miles back north again, back to Ensenada, we were able to get plenty of tacos with cheese on them.
Yes, we had our fair share of tacos. I had my fair share of cervezas. You had a lot of Mexican Coke.
I did have a lot of Mexican Coke.
Yeah, and we basically have been partnered with Ford for the last few months on a documentary project about their efforts at this year's Baja 1000, racing the Ford Raptor, and as well as the Raptor Bronco and the Raptor Ranger, primarily focused on their newest Raptor F-150 that they brought. And so that's a project we're working on, and because of that, we got to go cover the Baja 1000, which I think you and I would both agree is probably one of the most impressive and grueling events we've ever put our eyes on before.
Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier today. We in the last 6 years, we've been to Jamaica, Argentina, Alaska, Cuba, and yet I would say our Baja experience might have been the craziest thing we've done yet.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, the most grueling and hard work intensive racing I think I've ever witnessed. And obviously that's not taken away from other people that do hard things in motorsports, but just the race itself, you know, both of us not realizing that it's a 36-hour event for some trucks or some vehicles.
Right.
You know what I mean? That doesn't include the morning of, that doesn't include then the after part of getting it back to the hotel and loaded and all that stuff. I mean, like, we always talk about the Daytona 24-hour being very difficult, and it sure is, but the Daytona 24-hour doesn't move 1,000 miles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't change from dirt to rivers to rock.
Yeah, for this year's 24 coming up, I'll be on a timing stand basically for 24 hours. I'll have arrived, 7 or 8 hours earlier than that. But I'm not in the backseat of a moving vehicle during that entire experience, which was the experience. But you mentioned going 36 hours because that's the maximum allowable time for these trucks in racing at the Baja 1000. We have a special guest who's very akin to that specific thing, very experienced with with the whole Raptor fleet, but especially the Ranger Raptor that competed in this year's Baja 1000. He races motorcycles. He's done some racing himself, but very specifically, he was the, I guess, crew chief would be the right title for the Ford Raptor, Ranger Raptor that ran at this year's race, and went as far to that 36-hour limit as you could possibly go. Jack Mildwaters, are you on? Can you hear us?
G'day, fellas. How's it going?
Where are you? Are you from Ohio?
Yeah, I think that's New York, right?
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. Can you hear me, fellas?
Well, yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So Jack Mildwaters, who just said g'day because he's from you're from New Zealand, right? Everybody who's been on our show is from New Zealand.
You just nailed it before, Ohio.
So if you tune into our Ford project, you're definitely going to see Jack's lovely face as well as his partner in crime, Amy, and quite a few other characters. But when we met Jack and Amy, both Sean and I immediately were like, okay, we gotta hang out with these guys because they are not only hardcore racers, but they're salt of the earth people. And so Jack was nice enough to hop on here with us this evening, hop behind the wheel of his Lightning McQueen truck, and he's going to get out there and see if he can mix it up in the Blunder.
Exactly. So Jack,
thank you guys for having me.
So Jack, in the way that we know him, is a crew chief. He's not too far from me out in Temecula, California. Basically, very closely partnered with Bailey Cole, who's a very, very known racing driver in the off-road circuit. Jack and his wife Amy literally moved from Australia a year or two ago with tons of money, right, Jack?
That's right. Yeah, that's all we had.
Yeah.
Money and a dream.
Yeah, you had money and a dream. Luckily, you had the money, though.
Right, exactly.
And you went to a palatial estate in Temecula.
Yeah, that's right. So we found the most expensive place to live. In a very expensive country. We sacrificed absolutely everything to be able to live the dream that we want to do, which is basically race in the US and specifically in off-road, which what brings us here to Australia, to the USA.
Exactly. So you're obviously very closely tied with Bailey Cole, who, again, in the off-road circuits is a very well-known guy. And he comes from a famous family. So we're looking at Jack right now on screen, so Jack, don't fuck up. But the basic deal is you're living with Bailey's grandmother. Is that correct?
That's right.
That's living the dream.
Like I said, we're willing to sacrifice pretty much anything, and we have a wonderful opportunity to be able to live in the house with Bailey's grandmother, but it allows us to do what we want to do. So,
copy. So we mentioned you and your wife Amy. So Amy is, of course, also involved in the sport. So you, at this moment, are basically Bailey's crew chief. In between what Bailey's got going on and some of your agreements with Ford, you're servicing like 50 different trucks, from what I understand.
Maybe not that many, but sometimes it feels like it. That's for sure.
Copy.
Yeah.
And then Amy, who's with you here. So Amy is also no stranger to all this off-road truck racing. During the Baja 1000, not only were you the crew chief, basically running around in a chase truck during, well, we won't give away any spoilers for our show, but you had a very busy Baja 1000.
Yeah, definitely. And Amy's obviously a professional co-driver as well, so she was there able to help Bailey out in that at that level, and we have a lot of fun, that's for sure.
That's exactly where I was going with that. So Amy is not just somebody who's passively observing her husband working. Amy is a co-driver, which you could also call a navigator. So basically, while Bailey was running his stints, just like you would see in rallying, Amy is sitting right seat, and she's nonstop the whole time.
That's right.
Yeah, I think the first stint that she and Bailey did was something like 12 hours.
They were in the truck for 15 hours.
Yeah.
So helmets on for 15 hours.
Crazy.
So they did the first 280 miles of the event.
Yeah. And so, and one thing to point out, and I guess like before I even met Jack, I kind of got the vibe that he was going to be this way, but it's not just the Ranger Raptor he was working on. If there was something else there that he could help with, he and his buddies were jumping on it, and like him and Ryan were going after it, and like it was one of those environments of like, let's all get stuck in and get this done. And that's what made us so like in love with the entire event from our perspective, because you guys were literally 4 different programs effectively coming together here with like 80 people, and everybody gelled in a way that I've never seen before. So but your leadership on some of those builds and how you were helping us get our story was so cool. At one point, I remember we were in the middle of nowhere on top of that mountain where we were eating empanadas or something. I can't remember what they were now. But like you were helping Tyson get a good shot with the camera because you could tell he was trying to get it. You're like, hey, right in here. That's what we're fixing. See that piece right there? And this is as you're like elbows deep trying to get the front end of this truck off and back on. I was like, okay, this dude's the man. So we're stoked to have you here and looking forward to having you on Dinner with Racers.
Oh, no worries. Thank you.
Yeah.
So back to the business at hand. So you very much jumped at the opportunity to come out and race with us here. So how does this experience compare to your Baja experience so far? Does this drive like a normal truck?
So I've been thinking about what I was going to say and how much depth I go into it, but like, I'm just going to be honest because I think obviously that's like, I don't know, it's probably the most interesting, and it's that I'm really bad at simulators.
Okay.
Like I seem to have an issue where I don't have a connection with the car like I do in real life, if you will. And it really is a struggle for me to go to a simulator and do that. So definitely a little different, like the handling characteristics and that sort of thing are definitely there. Like I get where the developers and everyone have gone with the system, but for me, missing the feeling of the car is really, really a hard element for me to deal with.
Yeah, we have Yeah, no, for sure. One of our best friends is a guy named Andy Lally, who's raced everything from NASCAR to sports cars and open wheel stuff. And he is in that same boat, but he's one of the most talented people I know about getting in a random type of car and figuring it out. But when it comes to simulators and video games, he just doesn't get it because the same exact thing. So you're not alone there.
Right. But I know I'm missing out on stuff, right? Because if I can get it right on this and spend more time on it, which I just don't have, I know I could pick up time on the track too.
Sure.
Yeah, makes absolute sense. But much like Baja, something that's maybe a little different from sort of closed circuit off-road racing is the obstacles change. So like if you're at Baja, the boulder may be in one place for one group of trucks coming through, and it might be in another place as the race goes on. And I'd say that's no different here where the ramps continue to move.
Right, and like in Baja, there's booby traps dug and everything you can think of. A lot of the course markers get changed, so you can't rely on those. No, it's a dynamic environment.
Exactly, just like this race.
Yes, yeah, good stuff. So this race will have a time limit, but it won't be 36 hours. It's going to be a little bit shorter than that. So we're guessing everyone's going to make it. Yeah, everybody should make it to the end, no problem. So,
cool.
Yeah,
and you're going
to
have
to have a rest break in the middle.
Exactly. Well, you're definitely going to walk away a lot cleaner.
Right.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But no, I guess it'll get portrayed a lot better. But like the accomplishment that you get after that 36 hours is, you can't buy that experience. That's for sure.
Yeah, like even on the production side that we were working on, like we walked away from that like, wow, we just did that. That was crazy. You know, we were up for a really long time and had to be a part of a really grueling effort. So and having done my own racing like that as well as being a mechanic, I know exactly what you're talking about. Even if you don't win, just getting it to the end and finishing it is a really, really satisfying feat.
100%. And like I've raced Fink 6 times and only ever finished once.
Wow. And that's the big Australian off-road race.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so we got a couple minutes left to qualifying, and then it's going to wrap out. Currently, is it Art Reimer that's on pole right now?
Yeah.
120. Good for Art, beating out the great Will Rogers, and we'll get a little bit more of an update on that. We should. So obviously, Baja was in Mexico. Fink is in Australia. Jack, you've done a little bit of American racing, yes?
Yeah, so I've raced down in Mexico, I've raced Vegas to Reno.
Okay.
And I recently raced the Laughlin Desert Classic as well.
So the Reno race, Laughlin, do they do the national anthem?
They sure do.
All right. Well, we're gonna continue that tradition right now. We're gonna play a little national anthem, and we will be right back. Jack, when you have to go to the bathroom here, you can actually just use your restroom, just so you know.
I was just gonna go in Bailey's simulator.
Okay. Well, there you go. All right. We'll be right back with a word from the man and his partner in crime, Decal.
Okay. Hang on.
Say, can you see
Start over.
by the dawn's early light? Okay, we got the dawn's early light on now?
Yep.
Say, can you say, by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the pumps bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag is still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner it's waving. O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Play ball! Oh, wrong sport. Sorry, guys.
All right, we're back. Qualifying just now coming to an end. I don't know what kind of chaos we're seeing. But to no one's surprise, Ryan, who is on pole? If you can see it.
Will Rogers there, which, Will being a professional race car driver, he's raced in the Xfinity series and trucks and a lot of high-end stuff. And not surprising to see him do as well as he has, followed by Jackson Tobo, which I didn't realize Jackson Tobo was in our series. Jackson races in the Toyota GR Cup series that I coach in, and it's awesome to have him here. I didn't put the two and two together on that, so that's great. It looks like Art Reimer coming back in P3. The top three separated by just a small couple of tenths. That's a tight field right there.
I mean, less than 7/100ths of a second separate
Yeah.
Rogers and Tobo. So that's just like we always plan on here at the Dinner with
Exactly
Racers.
how it should go.
Thursday Night Blunder. This is what we're always looking for. But yeah, Will Rogers has a very special place in sort of our lore. He was obviously a big part of our series when it started. But Will is currently, his day job, so to speak, he is a spotter for Legacy Motor Club and Eric Jones. So it's a very full-time job, as you can imagine. They've definitely had some good runs over the last couple of years. But then he's also a spotter for another program at the Rolex 24 at Daytona, Ryan.
Yeah, that'd be your team, Magnus Racing.
Yeah, so it was crazy. I had no part of his hiring last year. Andy Lally hired him to be. In years past, Andy would take care of all the spotter hirings because he's the one who's going to have to listen to him. He hired Will, and Will shows up as our spotter at Daytona. I was like, oh. Hey, like, okay, cool. Yeah, right. And Will was excellent in practice, did a great job through the roar, and never got to spot in the race.
Yeah, it didn't go well in the race.
It did not go well because Andy Lally broke the engine.
Yeah, because he's hard on equipment.
Yeah, very specifically, Andy Lally broke the engine. But we'll be back this year for the Rolex 24, and starting from pole here at the Last Chance Qualifier, where if Will or Jackson Tobo or whoever wins, they will get one of two options in the first half of the race next week to help out their world final cause.
So one thing that we probably need to tune Jack in on is that traditionally once the race or the session ends, everybody crashes as big as possible into turn one. But he did a great job of doing some pretty sick donuts there on the infield. So still making his mark, but I recognize now that we should probably cue him in at the end and just send it.
Exactly. So,
all right, next time I'll do better.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll remind fans, there's no telling how many yellows we're going to have here, but we had Tyler Newitt, our race official, on earlier. He definitely noticed some clouds of debris around, so I would say it's highly likely. Is this a standing start?
It is a standing start.
Oh, well, that's fun. By the way, we should give a little bit of love to the guy doing the camera work, Jonathan, who's a longtime DWR fan, part of our thing. Welcome, Jonathan. Thank you for being part of this.
Absolutely. Pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, bud. We should also probably give a major shout out to Continental Tire.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about Continental Tire, Ryan, as this race starts.
They're a great tire company that we haven't mentioned yet this broadcast, so we should probably get on that.
Yeah.
Because they're paying for everything.
All right. And all of them free podcasts that you've been getting over the course of the year. They're, of course, supplying all the tires here tonight to really get off the line as well as we can here. Looks like the ramps are going to get going here Nice job. Here we go.
Yep, and we are green. Big jump there. Ooh, looks like that Ironman Stewart truck had a nice jump to the bottom. Not sure if he can capitalize on it, but Will Rogers setting up for the outside. Jackson Tobo right there on him, and pulling up ahead of him, just going into turn 3.
And all those Continental tires pushing against each other, so everyone's really on it really early. We have quite a few. We have 13 trucks out there,
Nice.
and they're about to run into a huge pack of ramps. So this should be a pretty cool race once we get into it here.
Yeah, this first lap, as the ramps are trying to set up, it should just be a bit of a normal race, as you see. And Jackson Tovo pulling out about a 2-car lead right there, which is impressive to say the least. But once those ramps get set up, these guys aren't going to know where they are or in what position they are. So the other thing is as one person hits the ramps, it tends to knock them out of the way. So it might open up a gap and it might not. So you really don't know what you're going to get, which is going to be exciting for us.
Exactly. It's a 22-lap race, if I'm reading that correct, Jacob. So there's a lot to play for here. This will go by real quick until we go yellow. So we'll see what's going on. But by the way, for barely having any iRacing experience, Jack Mildwater is now in the top 10 of the
Nice.
13-car field. So Jack's actually doing really, really well for being fairly new to our way of racing. But we'll see what happens when the ramps get here. But this,
I am black flagged though. Apparently, I jumped the start.
Oh, did you jump to start? All right. Well, that's
how we got up there.
You can plead your case to Tyler. What's your excuse?
Honestly, the guy in front of me jumped before I did, so
okay.
I just followed
it's his
him,
fault.
right?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not my fault.
Did I see you pull into the pits to serve it?
I was going to, but then you said that
You can plead your case.
I have to plead my case, so
I don't know. So what
Smart
do you?
man. Smart man.
What do you think, Tyler? Does that pass? The guy in front of him did it, so it must have been okay.
Well, I had to clear it for the ramp, so I ended up clearing it for Jack anyway.
all right.
So
Okay,
he got
we're
off.
good.
Oh,
We're
okay.
digging. We're
Cool.
digging.
Thank you.
All right. So, but let that be a lesson to you. So, a couple of notes in the chat room. Motorsports Gordon's dad has Continental tires on his Corvette, so thank you to Motorsports Gordon's dad. We appreciate that. And Chris Oatson, who's a great dude, a longtime friend of ours, is saying what's up in the chat room as well. That's great. If you guys have any questions for Jack about his racing career and what it's like growing up in Australia, please let us know in the chat room. I'll relay that for you. And some awesome liveries we're seeing here, as it looks like Jack might have gone into pit lane there.
Yeah, he was pulling off earlier to serve his penalty. I don't know what he's doing now.
Yeah, so I was seeing a replay there. Sorry about
I see.
that. So
All right.
anyways,
I was going to say, I'm on the back straight, so...
You're like, not me, man, not me. Yeah, no, that had a quick little replay, but great battle here for the top 3. Looks like the ramps are set up, and we got the In-N-Out truck upside down.
Oh no.
Yeah, and looks like one of the Yoshis got through there as well. But that's just how it's going to be, and so that's going to give someone like Jack a chance to catch up here as he skirts around. Oh, he's in the air, but he's going to land it. Nicely done. Nicely done. Now, Will Rogers has faded back to third after that trip through the ramps, and Jackson Tovo, young man, is running P1 now.
Yeah, so Jackson Tovo now with basically a 2.5-second gap to the field behind him. But
now, I don't.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if Jackson can hear me or not, but I'm pretty sure he's like 13 years old. So the fact that he's whooping up on a lot of these adults is not uncommon, because he's been doing a lot of that in the GR Cup Series the year out as well. So really good run he's got here. We got a Cheetos livery running. I'm not mad at that. I like Cheetos. You, Sean?
I'm a big fan of Cheetos. So now Jackson Tovo, however, as far as I know, I don't know if he's been running the series all year, but he's fairly new to our series from years past. He's not been part of this before. So I don't know how experienced he is with this ramp situation. So somebody like Will Rogers, who's not only experienced with ramps, but very experienced with our way of racing in terms of just the anarchy of it. We'll see how this shows up over the course of the next 19 laps.
Yeah, now we have a racing legend, Joey Atterbury, has stepped up into the chat room as well. Good to see him back. I'm pretty sure he retired about 20 years ago, which was interesting because he was only about 20 at the time. But he's back in the room as well. The Cheetos truck goes over. That's too bad. That's too bad.
All right, so things are moving along here. Looks
we
like
have a question for Jack from Chuck Broad, who's a great artist out of Louisiana area. He asks, how big is the Crocodile Dundee statue in Australia? Why is it only 500 feet tall?
Is there even one?
Yeah, I don't know, but it kind of answered your own question.
I've been to the pub where they film Crocodile Dundee, but
nice.
Yeah, that's about it, and that's in outback Queensland.
Okay.
I'm happy to know
Okay.
that's real. I just figured it was a
Yeah,
set.
yeah,
So-
that's awesome. I love those movies. I like legitimately watched them a million times growing up. Paul
Yes, I-
Hogan could do no wrong in my book.
I definitely watched. Oh, sorry. Let me get through these ramps.
Oh, you busy? You busy over there? Yeah.
Oh,
So
there
it
it-
looks like.
oh, Jack got caught out a little bit, but you kept it on all four, so you did okay.
Yeah.
Did my best.
Yeah.
But no, I remember watching those movies as a kid, but that was a long time ago now.
Now, why do you have a black? So on next to your name, it shows a black flag. Is that true? I can't tell.
It's still for the jump start.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah.
Has it been cleared?
Not that I can see.
Oh, hey Tyler, can we make sure we clear Jack's black flag? I don't know if it has been.
Oh, there, it's gone now.
Okay, good. Okay.
Nice.
Thank you, guys.
Let's say we've got
Yeah,
to
no
get
worries.
disqualified. So
Now
after
the
we told
ramps
you
have.
we're fine. Oh, that
the
was.
ramps have. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good pass through there, but the ramps have moved over into like turn 2. So a different approach, also not as flat as when they were back there on like turn 5 area. So you're going to be hitting it with the truck loader, and as you know, Sean, from driving these things, they're so suspension oriented that if you're already loaded up, it's going to send it for a different launch.
Yeah, exactly. Now I will point out, as far as I can tell, at this moment in time, everyone is on the lead lap. So
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, we're going to stay green. It's
Yeah, it's been a pretty consistent. I don't know which one of the Yoshi trucks that was. It might have been Jason Skeen, but completely cut the inside of the course back
Yep.
there, and I loved it.
Yeah, so this has come up in, like, I think our first year of doing this. So the track limits question on these trucks, as far as Ryan and I are concerned, there are no rules on track limits
Correct.
within our own series. It's up to the software. So if you find a way to shortcut the track or find a way to shortcut the track and the time penalty that software issues doesn't equal out, that's a great cheat. We're completely fine with it. But if the software penalizes you, if iRacing says, no, black flag or 30-second time penalty or whatever it is, we're not going to clear it. That's on you.
Yeah, and we have a guest in the chat room soon, Turfful86,
Sure.
who was asking if we're going to do this again because he would love to be a part of it, but also that he is rocking some Conti DWS 06s, same tire I have on my car. Appreciate the love.
Absolutely. So can't say enough about them Continental tires, who are, of course, on all the vehicles here virtually, providing such great racing entertainment and streaming.
Yeah, it was cool that. Yeah, it was really cool that they made some GTP tires for the 1980s GTP Nissan.
Absolutely. It's appreciated.
Yeah, it went out of their way there.
And they
That's a pretty big cut of the back straightaway there. Is this still skiing? Yeah. Skiing's really hanging the front end of that thing out there, going up into the wall. But it looks like a pretty common line for these guys to take to kind of cut through essentially the part of the track that NASCAR has since updated.
Exactly. So again, if the simulator
Yeah.
says it's okay, we're okay with it. So how
Yeah,
about it?
yeah. Now the top 3 gap has been very consistent. It's about a 1.5 second gap from Tovo to Rogers and about another 1.8 back to Reimer. So those guys are carrying a pretty consistent pace, which is really actually surprising because the ramps can change it
Now-
massively every time.
Ryan, I don't know if you're seeing the feed in your Zoom, but at current, it's now a very tight battle for the lead. We are watching the camera out of the rear of Jackson Tovo looking right at Will Rogers trying to make moves.
Yeah, and it looks like Art Reimer's also had an issue because he's dropped back about 6 seconds now. But this battle for the lead is nose to tail.
Yeah, this is actually good racing without us needing to do anything. I don't know what's going on.
I hate it when it turns real.
Exactly. So we are 7 laps into 22, so we're basically about a third of the way through. Hey, Jacob, if you're able to talk, do you have any idea about fuel mileage here?
I do not. So I have no idea how many laps they can run. I'll figure that out and I'll get back with you.
Okay, no problem. But is that Travis? Okay, we haven't really talked about Travis Wall much, but oh gosh, let's see if he gets through. There's an easy way to tell when Travis Wall is on the track. Ryan, can you identify it?
Yeah, he has historically been the Piggly Wiggly car, truck, whatever it is. It's Piggly Wiggly and it's here to stay.
Exactly. So if we look here now, this is a great job by Jonathan switching on the cameras here. So we have specialized cameras that can look at the liveries in detail. We can look at the sides. We can look at the nose. We can look at the rear here. And when we go yellow, we'll take a little bit more detailed look at everybody's car. But this Piggly Wiggly, which is a grocery chain, I think, in the South. They are, for some reason, this is Travis Wall's deal. He gets no money for it. He just likes Piggly Wiggly.
Oh, sweet move there by Christopher Hill. Just push somebody right sideways into one of the ramps, which is pretty gnarly because that immediately goes over. Different way of clearing that area, but yeah, he has run the Piggly Wiggly liveries for years, and he's still cool enough to put DWR and Continental on there. But the Piggly Wiggly thing is clearly the brand, and he's sticking with it.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
all right, pretty good race. So Will is now in the lead. We're watching Jackson Tovo, who's now 5.5 seconds behind Will. I'm not quite sure how that gap grew so quickly. Presumably, the ramps may have had something to do with it, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what probably caused it.
But, you know,
But,
but if I was Jackson, I wouldn't be too worried about it because we are 8 laps into this 22-lap race. Historically, this kind of racing does go yellow, so there might be a good chance to catch up here. We're about to watch a replay if you watch it on the Zoom, Ryan.
yeah, it looks like sliding around here, Will Rogers coming in. He's going to get it a little crossed up there, but just comes in.
Just a mistake.
It looks like, yeah, Tovo just got in a little early, just hung the front end out, understeered right into the wall there, and that perfect timing for Will because that leads onto the longer straightaway of the track, and so he's able to stretch those legs out to 6.5 seconds now. And Art Reimer was right on the bumper of Jackson Tovo, might have had a similar mistake because he is now also about 6 seconds back, and so they're still going at it there. In fact, Art Reimer is now battling with Grantham, and so they're all over each other in the U-Haul truck.
That's pretty cool. So, Jacob, I don't know in your testing if you had any experience with this, but how long would you say the yellow flags are?
3 or 4 laps generally with wave rams.
Gotcha.
I also got some feedback. The truck's making about 10 laps.
Oh, so we will have fuel coming up. Okay.
Okay. Pit stops are coming, guys. Yeah.
Okay, so 10 laps, so that means pit stops are about to come probably now. And then, of course, on the strategy side, Ryan, if you know there's going to be a yellow, do you back time it? Do you look at and say, okay, if it's 22-lap race, when do I need to stop to make it my last? Because so often in this kind of racing, the first to make their last stop can put themselves in front.
Yeah, and also it's very possible that the race director could just wait until everybody's through before throwing the yellow, just even though there's a potential reason to throw that yellow. It could be safety ways, but, whatever. Just saying.
I don't know what you're saying, Ryan. Never heard of such a thing. Yep.
So IndyCar has a new panel.
But, what if there was just an accident on lap 1, turn 1 in a faster prototype blocking half the GT field coming through? Is that a time to go yellow?
Nope.
No, not a time to go yellow?
Nope.
What about when a car slows for no reason halfway through the race?
Yeah, probably a good idea because it's getting boring.
Okay.
To pack everybody up.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. These would never happen in real race.
No,
These are
that's
just
never happened in
hypothetical
real life at
scenarios.
Watkins Glen 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, okay, so we've got, we're trying to do a favor here. Is that Jason skiing upside down? Oh, he got some
It
help
looks
there.
like it.
All right, so when somebody's upside down like this, what are they trying to do there, Tyler?
Well, they're trying to ramp them back over, but it's a little difficult to get the angle right sometimes.
Exactly. So when you have a truck upside down, it is very common for other trucks to try and hit them in the right way, kind of like a turtle on its back. Sometimes if you hit it the right way, it'll flip back over, and but it's a risk because you could sometimes put yourself on your lid in the course of doing that. So on one hand, you want to be a good Samaritan, but on the other hand, you could ruin your own day. So very nice job. I think that was Tyler that was trying to flip him over there in one of the ramps. And Jack is slowing down. Jack, are you out of fuel?
I ran out of fuel.
boy.
That would be right.
Oh boy.
Oh no! So
I was listening to you talk about it, and I was like, all right, 10 laps, I can do that. I was on lap 9.
Oh no! Okay.
Oh,
that's
man.
That's the
Now,
commentator's
is
curse.
somebody gonna help him? Is somebody gonna help him out?
Is
Push him
somebody gonna
back
push
to pit
him?
lane.
I don't, Ryan. I'm a little worried that we have a car unsafe on track right now.
Yeah, we might need to go yellow.
We might. I think we have to go yellow.
We might need a GTP car to shove him back to the pits.
Yeah, I think we might need to go yellow and get a GTP car push. All right, we're yellow. We're yellow for a
we
stalled
might
car on
help
track.
Our guest.
Yeah.
Help our guest.
Yes. Okay. That's Jacob right there in the old Jeff Gordon GTP car from the 80s.
Yeah, which is a very famous DuPont livery that obviously Jeff Brabham and Jeff Gordon ran together.
Yeah, and by the way, the push does not look like it's going very well.
No, it doesn't seem to be helping.
Yeah, this is how we make.
Man,
this is how we
Are
make.
you in neutral?
Yeah, I am. I just dropped to neutral, so.
Okay, here we go. Three-way. Here we go. Yeah, now we're doing basically a race car elephant walk.
My brake was locked on for some reason.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Okay.
here we go.
Okay,
Now everybody's
we're
helping.
back.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the DWR spirit right here.
Look at this. This is all I ask.
Save Jack.
There we
Save
go.
Jack.
Now, in fairness, this is the Baja spirit as well.
It is. It
Like,
really
we
is.
very much noticed this exact kind of behavior from all the GTP cars that were at Baja. But all right,
chase cars.
This is exactly how Baja is in terms of people helping each other out and pushing along.
Yes.
So we're getting the full truck experience here with our boy Jack Mildwaters.
Yeah.
When
and
you-
shout out to the Cheetos truck and now also the In-N-Out truck who are trying to help. It looks like it's been a handful, but yeah. Are these other trucks out of gas that are going that slow?
I think we have several. I think we have several trucks.
Oh no.
This is why we run the races. So we're going to see how the wave arounds go here. We're going to wait a lap and see how this gets sorted before we start doing wave arounds. We got time, but that was amazing.
Yes. So
and Jack, you're still not there, right?
I'm
race
not.
car
No.
centipede. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is why we run the races, as we say.
This is also how race car babies are made.
Yep. So we are current leader is Will Rogers, followed by Jackson Tobo and Art Reimer, as we are under yellow, and we're going to get everybody in for some fuel here.
Yeah, we'll wait till the pit stop cycle through before we start doing pass rounds here. Cause, I think we're going to have a few mixed cars in terms of laps down and such. But by the way, Art Reimer, right in the mix of all this. You know, he's like Will Rogers is a pro driver. He's been doing this for a long
ramps
time.
want to sit in pit lane while they do wave around stuff.
Probably a good idea. So, I mean, that's up to you, Tyler. But I think you heard Jacob there suggesting maybe the ramp should hang it out while we're doing wave arounds just to make sure.
Yep.
But all right, now everybody's coming in for stops. Now here, if it's let's say a 9-lap window, and presumably we're going to have a few laps of yellow. Ryan, as an experienced member of the paddock who knows how race flow should go, do you think this is good? Do you think this will be your last stop?
If I was judging on how my first stint just went, because I think a lot of people ran out of gas there that didn't realize they were about to, I'd probably take a lap or two to save a little bit of fuel.
Yeah.
And then that way give myself a little bit of cushion so I don't have to come back in at the end. I'd rather go slow now, that way I can go fast later, because if somebody runs out and you still have a little bit left, you're going to go right by them, even if it's half speed, that's better than not. So now it's time to start thinking about Scott Dixon, what he would be doing to save fuel.
Yep.
And if you remember, Sean, that one time we made the joke that it wasn't Dixon that was good at saving fuel, it was his engineer.
Yeah.
You'll remember the eyes that he made when he drilled through both of our skulls immediately.
Yeah, he was genuinely angry that we would
he's
have
like,
the
no,
audacity.
don't you dare.
Yeah.
Don't you dare think that's not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jack, is there a bond among Australians? Are you a big fan of Scott Dixon, the Australian?
I actually don't know him.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Knows so little that he doesn't even know the joke. Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. Now, it's tough to say anything, but, you know, I've had a few years' experience now in calling strategy. My feeling, and I don't know where this feeling is coming from, is that this is probably the last yellow.
Yes, I would think it probably. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So if we're assuming this is the last yellow, you definitely want to make sure that you're not stopping again.
Yeah, you want to avoid pit lane at all costs now, because it's going to be coming down to a last lap, last corner pass. I think the way these guys are running so close.
Yeah. So Tyler, I don't know how this is going to go down in terms of the lap count, but just keep extending the yellow when we get to that one more lap to go thing. Because we do need to do wave rounds. We got a few cars that are a lap down. We got to get them sorted. So let's wait till the field is caught up, and we'll kind of go from there. So let's.
Yeah. So we had a couple of questions in the chat room, Sean. I think you want to tell everybody what you're doing next year.
Oh yeah. So I put this on Instagram officially yesterday, but basically, as many people know, I was with FAF Motorsports all this year in the GTD Pro rank, doing a full season of strategy. Awesome. It was an awesome, fun program to be a part of, and I'm really grateful for doing it. The full season nature of it just proved to be, with all the other work, including Dinner with Racers, just proved to be a bit much. So I have decided to go back to my family of Magnus Racing. Magnus will be doing a limited schedule this year, primarily the endurance races, and so I will be calling strategy for Magnus once again, and I will be I will be at Daytona with Will Rogers for this year's Daytona 24 with the old Aston Martin GT3 of John Potter, Spencer Pimpelli, Nikki Team, and Madison Snow.
Yeah, and then one of the other follow-up questions to that is, will there be a Magnus After Dark this year?
So Magnus web stream will most likely exist, but not in the way that, say, you and I used to do, because I'll be a little busy to host with the Rays. And Ryan, you can stop me anytime. Do you want to host the web stream?
You can't afford me.
So no. So we'll do a web stream, but it probably will be static cameras with intercom, because Ryan's too expensive and I am busy, and also I'm super expensive.
Yes. So so because of that, you'll be doing that next year, which is great. And so if you're going to IMSA races, please swing by and say hey to Sean at Magnus. He really appreciate it. We have JT Tammy is saying in the chat that his livery didn't load correctly, and that he had put Daniel Morad's face on an alien guy.
Oh, okay. Well, that's noted, because we will be
amazing.
Once the field has caught up, am I correct, Tyler?
Yep.
That
we are ready to go for wave buys.
Okay, we are ready to go for wave buys. So, Jonathan, I will ask you use your best judgment as to who's our first person lap down. Okay, we'll start with Jonathan Taylor Tammy, JTT, who is,
JTT.
It says in and out, but he was saying it was going to be Daniel Morad in an alien costume, and JTT's been such a big part of our series for so long. I'm totally good with it.
Yeah, we love in and out, so hell yeah.
Yeah, all right. So truck number 21, Jonathan Taylor Tammy. He gets a wave around. Jonathan Taylor Tammy, truck 21. Next, Robert Hibby in, I don't know what truck number that is. The 85 truck. That's a Mesa Vista, Jeff Brown's Coffee Company truck. Ryan, you good?
Oh, absolutely.
That is amazing.
Anything for Robert Hibby.
Robert Hibby in the 85 truck. Robert Hibby in the 85 truck gets a wave around. How about Jason Skeen here in this number 14 Dinner with Racers Yoshi truck?
Yeah, so Jason Skeen is rocking an exact replica of my Yoshi Honda Activan, so of course he's getting a wave around. It looks awesome.
All right, so Jason Skeen in the number 14, Jason Skeen in the number 14.
Okay, so this one I'm not sure what to say, Sean, because I don't see Continental anywhere, but I do love Cheetos.
Yeah, so this is Biscayne Lawless, who's I think fairly new to our series. He may not entirely have known the marching orders here. But I do like Cheetos as well. Big fan of the hot ones. And
let's ask the chat real quick. Real quick. Does he get a wave around?
I'll also say he's 3 laps down, so a wave around might help him a little.
Yeah, let's see here.
Penalty.
Quick answer.
Quick answer. Biscayne Lawless in the 20. Biscayne Lawless in the 20.
It's loading. Come on.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right, let's just go. Biscayne Lawless gets a wave around. Biscayne Lawless in the 20.
Yeah.
Right,
we'll see what they end up saying. Oh, actually, immediately we got a lot of people said no.
Because it's, well, he's now 2 laps down. I don't know how much it's really going to help. I think Jack is in the pits. Is Jack in the pits still? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, and I'm stuck on a penalty as well.
Oh, uh-oh. All right, well, let's see what happens when you get caught up, but I think we're going green this time around. Yep, there's Jack right there.
Sitting on pit road.
All right. How long is your penalty being served here?
3 minutes.
Oh, I don't think we can help you.
Man.
You're now 1 lap down. Let's extend 1 more lap unless it's too late.
Yeah, we got
time. We got time.
Yeah.
We can help out Jack.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It should be, his black flag should be cleared now.
Okay, good. So black flag is cleared. That helps. Let's see how much time it takes to get him up to speed, and then plus the wave around. So let's extend 1 more lap. We're gonna go green with 6 laps to go, so there's plenty.
Yeah.
So we talked
about
my plans, Ryan. Are you in a position where you can discuss anything? I'm not sure if you are.
No, we're not going to announce it yet, but I just did the WRL race with Automatic Racing this weekend at COTA. It was a freaking blast. I had so much fun. And one of the commentators there asked me, he was like, I don't know if you're going to announce or say what you're doing next year, but if you could describe it in 1 word, which I thought was really clever because he was a fan of the show.
Yeah.
He's like, if you describe in 1 word your plans for next year, and I just said employed.
Yeah. Yeah.
which is all you really care about.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
I have a job.
Right.
So we've got some cool news coming soon. Looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a better year than last year. So yeah, looking like a lot of fun and some success coming. But Yeah, between what we have going on with Dinner with Racers, my coaching stuff, and the racing stuff, it's going to be another busy year, which is great. And obviously, we are more than thrilled to have such fan support. So thank you guys for being so cool at the races and coming up, as well as on social media and all that. It really does make a difference for us. So we are excited and looking forward to making more podcasts next year, as well as releasing, I think, another 20 of these things pretty soon here.
Yeah, no, we got a whole bunch on deck. Still working hard on them. And we got a bunch of cool stuff coming out for the holidays. Some pretty cool names coming up. I think if you listen to our first batch that came out at Thanksgiving, you already know one of the guests because he drove us there.
Yeah. Yeah, it
And
sounds a lot like Jack.
sounds a lot like Jack. And by the way, we haven't plugged this either. Of course, Continental being the primary thing. But while we're stalling, pretty sure anybody watching this stream is probably familiar with it. But if you want to know who some of our other guests are, and get a little bit more insight and kind of behind-the-scenes info, what can you join, Ryan, to learn more about all things Dinner with Racers?
Yeah, if you go to patreon.com/DWR show, you can go check us out on Patreon, which has been a lot of fun for us because we are honestly just talking trash and giving kind of behind-the-scenes stories about the show, as well as like our own personal race reviews and things like that. And it's been a lot of fun. Also, like just rehashing some of the inside jokes you and I have. That we've doing this one thing where we just say one word or one phrase, and then the other person has to explain what the inside joke is, and it's been making us laugh our ass off.
Exactly.
So, yeah, Patreon.com.
Jack, how are we doing on your pit lane stuff?
Still 30 seconds on my penalty.
All right, let's see how long this takes. We'll give it another lap, and then if we'll see if we can. I don't know if getting you on the lead lap is going to be an option here, but let's see what we can do.
Right.
I think unfortunately, Sean, we're going to have to go green this time. We're running out of light and laps.
Okay. Well, then we'll go green. I'm sorry, Jack, but you're still. Good news is you're eligible for the world final. You're eligible for the world final, so you can redeem yourself next week in the mini stocks.
Thank you.
But anyway,
so we have
go ahead.
Yeah. Still have top 10 trucks on the lead lap here, and like the racing we saw there before the yellow was really tight. So everyone should have figured out a little bit more about how to drive these trucks, but the ramps are going to be moving around as always. You never know where you're going to get.
Yeah, and when I listened to Will Rogers there, boy, it really sounded like he was shutting off the gas. So I think that thing you were talking about with fuel conservation, make sure you're plenty good for the end here. I think there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, no, and if anybody would know, it'd be him since he's a pro racer, as we see the field coming around here. But he would know the best for sure. But, Jackson Tova has been doing a lot of pro racing as well. He's sitting there in the top 4. Yeah. Definitely has a chance of this thing. And, don't count out guys like JT Tammy, Robert Hibby. They've been here with us before. They've been on the podium. They've won races. So it's anyone's game still.
Exactly. Art Reimer still in the mix. Of course, Travis Wall. He's got everything to play for to keep that Piggly Wiggly sponsorship.
Yeah, I feel like we should start doing the great guy bit.
Yeah. Great guy.
Great guy.
All right, so Jack's back on track. He's 2 laps down. I don't know if we'll have more yellows to help him catch up, but
he can get in the mix.
Yeah, I will say, Jack, if you blow by everybody and get a black flag, that black flag might be cleared. There you go. Yep, we can clear that. we can clear that black flag. All right.
Yeah, he gone.
All right. So Tyler, I'm sure you heard that. All right.
Now it looks like a bunch of trucks taking the outside lane there.
Here we go.
And we are getting back to it. Stand by.
Yellow? What's going on? Here we go. Come on.
I think it's a late green.
Here we go. Here we go.
We're back at it.
And Tyler will need Jack's black flag cleared. And all kinds of nuttiness going on into the first turn.
Man, the Mesa Vista coffee truck just buried it in there. Oh, wow. Some major contact into turn 3 as well. But Will Rogers taking full advantage here, getting a nice little gap already within about a second up on the field. And big shortcutting taking place back there, which we're all about here because track limits don't exist in Dinner with Racers land.
They don't as long as the software agrees. So Will Rogers really managing that first turn well. He's now a second up on everybody as there's all kinds of chaos for second. So with the on-track, go ahead.
Yeah, Jackson Tovo getting all over the bumper there of Grantham and turning them sideways, but they keep going. And
What was
Challenge
that?
truck just the infield.
Yeah, well, we'll see if it works. But so there's all kinds of negatives. But again, this is a
5 wide, Sean. We are 5 wide.
and this is all on a clean track right now. The ramps have not shown up, and when they show up, it's going to change everything here. Right
That's
now,
right.
Will Rogers with almost a 3-second lead, but that can go away real fast when the ramps show up. Jason Skeen, by the way, P2 in all that chaos.
Wow. Yeah, that is a great showing for the man that's about to lose his Continental Tire banner.
Exactly.
That is excellent. We have heard from his crew chief, Amanda, that she is going to be cleaning out some of the garage paraphernalia, so he might have to lose a few things. If anyone's looking for a Continental Tire banner, we know a guy.
Exactly. So Amanda Skeen, possibly the most patient wife on earth.
Friend of the pod.
She's basically created a new contest, so we're going to give away a Jason Skeen Continental banner as we see how time goes here.
Yeah, big slide jobs taking place everywhere here. But a lot of love in the chat room for Jason Skeen, who's only a couple tenths off. You know, he's only got a couple tenths lead over the rest of these guys. So a lot of pressure building back there as he's doing a really good job of cutting the course in a few places. Now let's see if anybody does that cut through again like we saw in the last one. Skeen going all the way to the grass and having to hang on to it.
But it works.
It does look like it works, but then he's going to have a
but then we got ramps.
Oh,
Robert Hibby not even lifting.
He went through the infield again. That was amazing.
But that's one way to do it.
We got one in reverse here. Looks like
that's Travis Wall.
Yeah, Wall is definitely stuck in reverse, but man, that was an amazing move. And all this is only giving Will Rogers about a half-second lead. Not that big.
Yeah,
so,
it's currently at 1.5 over Hill.
Yeah, he only gained about a half-second out of all that, which is crazy. He had a second lead going in there, but yeah, so it's not over yet.
No, not at all. And especially when you think about 3 laps earlier, he had a 3-second lead, so the ramps have really closed things up once they've come into the mix here. We have 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go.
Now the lights are on, which is great as we see. Ooh, man, big hit there for JT Tammy, but he's going to keep it going.
All right, we'll see how things go here.
Yeah, it's super dark in there. Now on the oval, the lights are great, but in the infield here, clearly not working very well. So it's a little bit harder to see than normal. This could be somewhere where like a young Jackson Tova, whose eyesight is probably still perfect, is going to be an advantage.
Especially his knowledge of computers to make the screen brighter.
Exactly right. Yeah, so looking like a real wide line back there for the Cheetos truck. Not sure what the plan is. He's going to take that shortcut, I think. It looks like he's trying to do that same thing that we saw.
Meanwhile, up here in the lead.
We've got a lead change.
Will, what happened to Will?
I don't know, but Hill and Skeen are now up on by 3 seconds here. This is a huge development.
Will Rogers has dropped back to third. I don't know, Jonathan, if replays are an option here, but Will Rogers, who had a very comfortable lead, we'll watch the replay here.
Yeah, he's coming into the chicane that leads up onto the oval where the ramps are. Very dark over there. He sets up. Oh, that's a blocked track if I've ever seen one, and he just got it wrong, Sean.
He did, and meanwhile, Jason Skeen got it right.
Yeah, popped the hole there for Skeen to get through. And I got to give.
Now we
down the barrier.
Yeah, and now Jason but he just ran into Will Rogers in the same time.
Yeah, Will Rogers turned him around, but then he got some help that spun him around the third time here. So a bad lap. It's really coming undone here for Skeen. I got to give Jacob Campbell a lot of love there because he was the reason that Will Rogers got up in the air, but immediately pulled it back in line to get the next truck. So the ramps are doing just as much driving as these trucks are.
They really are. But meanwhile, Christopher Hill, who's fairly new to this series, he's now got a 6-second lead. Did he just? Oh, he just threw Jason Skeen into the wall.
Yeah,
now,
big hit.
I will say Christopher Hill is new to this series, and that was a little dirty.
Ooh, and he is leading.
So we could. What do you think?
And he doesn't have a DWR livery.
Yeah, he's new to the series. He dirtied one of our longtime guys. I'm going to leave it to the chat, but ask your chat room.
Oh, they're already on it, Sean. They're already on it.
Are they saying it?
Yeah, the Red Room is saying snipe.
All right. So it's been called. A snipe has been called. A snipe has been called on Christopher Hill. I believe that's the number 12 truck. The number 12 truck. Christopher Hill.
The U-Haul.
The U-Haul number 12. Snipe. 2 laps to go.
U-Haul truck.
2 laps to go for Christopher Hill. Will
Yeah,
he survive the snipe? Will he survive this giant 6-second lead?
Yeah, and he's losing some time here already, so he might have already gotten a little nervous once he heard the snipe called on him. He might not even know what it means yet, so we'll see what happens here.
Now,
but pitch black in the infield.
Exactly. So my question is, should we also pass along a special reward to the best snipe? Like if you do the Christopher Hill snipe, do you also get a black flag clearing in the first, let's say, third of the next race?
Right. Yeah. Something to think about for sure.
Yeah, I think if you have a good snipe, we might have a reward for you. Maybe we have a Trading Paints T-shirt.
Yeah, that'd be a great award.
Yeah,
there.
we do.
So,
Jacob, we have some Trading Paints T-shirts we can give out. Is that right?
That is correct.
Yes.
All right, we got a Trading Paints T-shirt for the #1 snipe on Christopher Hill here.
Man, Grantham and Tovo going head on into the barriers there and continuing on. That was a pretty big hit back there in 5th place.
Yep. Meanwhile, JTT, he's narrowed that lead down by around a second. It went from 6.5 to now 5.7. With just a
JT
couple laps to
Tammy,
go.
veteran of the series, so knows how to do it. The ramps are now on the oval, which is very tough to avoid.
And Hill, by the way, just completely avoided it. So he has he has gamed the system. He's not making any friends doing that.
Yeah.
We'll see if Christopher Hill. Go ahead.
You don't have to go race direction for a snipe.
Yep. And I'll remember all of our race participants, you're already qualified for the World Final just by being here, so everyone's in it.
And you could just stop on the track if you wanted.
You could just do it. You could get yourself a free Trading Paints T-shirt in the process. The only thing that matters.
Yep, nice enough to hook us up there, so take advantage.
All right, we are watching Christopher Hill in the now very dark Charlotte Motor Speedway rifle. Do we have a GTP car? That's Jacob. Is that Jacob going for the snipe?
He's definitely going for the snipe.
Oh,
so
Jacob.
I might have gone the wrong way as well on track going for the snipe because I knew my race wasn't going to be a thing, and I definitely got DQ'd.
And that is something we cannot clear. So a DQ we cannot clear. Sorry, Jack.
Yes, but it looks like we do have. He's got short time here to get it done. Jacob Campbell flat out on the oval.
I think
he has heard the shot and he is responding.
Here comes Jacob right here for the snipe. Let's see
run.
Oh God, here we go. He's got him. Well, I think, but it's not over. Oh, there we go. Oh, here we go. All right. Well, this has now made a good race because Christopher Hill is now just kind of caught up with the field. He's now.
Will Rogers is back to the lead somehow.
Yes, somehow Will Rogers is leading. Christopher.
Half a second to the white.
White flag.
So
white flag.
Oh, Jack with the snipe. He just took somebody out huge.
And Art Reimer now 3/4 of a second down. Art Reimer now 1 second down. It's not over here on the white flag. Just a few more corners to go for Will Rogers, but that includes those pesky ramps. Will Rogers, who has had control of the field for much of the race, lost it and got it back.
Yeah, gap is 1.2 here. Will Rogers, again, probably the most experienced actual race car driver in the field. So he's pulling from that here to try to get this lead, but it's not extending that much over Art Reimer. The gap is almost coming down a tenth or two, so it's still going to be tough to the end.
Exactly. A long-time career as a NASCAR driver, now spotting for Legacy Motor Club and Eric Jones, now spotting for Magnus Racing. Will Rogers is a very long-time member of the racing community. I don't know if he's won for Dinner with Racers yet, but he's looking in good shape here.
Yeah, he's a winner in our hearts, that's for sure, and he's a gorgeous young man, so we're hoping for him to pull this out. But the 17 truck there, Art Reimer, not giving up. It is down to less than a second. As they come into the oval, we know the ramps are somewhere. It's coming to it, Sean.
We'll see how this goes. They're about to come up to the ramps in the oval. We'll see how Will survives this.
3.
And here we go. They're going for
There
it.
are the ramps.
Will got
He's
it.
Got a gap. He's got it. Oh, but he's got a good run there coming behind him to the line.
It's going to be Will.
Oh, man. Will Rogers with the win and the proper crash at the end by only 0.4 of a second. What a race.
Will Rogers, P1. Again, I don't remember if this is his first race or not. Christopher Hill going for it. Good introduction to the series, I would say, for Christopher. Oh, I don't think he's not gonna make the finish. I think Christopher Hill's going to go way down the order.
Yeah, yeah, definitely falling behind here. He's sitting on his side.
Yeah, he's not going to make it. So he went
That's
from
why you use
a 6-second
trucks
lead.
next time, buddy. Penske trucks.
So Christopher Hill went from a 6-second lead to, I think he's going to be TP10 when it's all over.
Man, what a great job by Will Rogers to come back after having such a strong opening stint, leading up to the pit stops, leading after the pit stops, and then having an issue with the ramps down in the last turn onto the oval. So, hell of a rebound for him here as we see. It looks like Jason Skeen doing donuts for his 6th place finish. But I got to say, Jacob Campbell really rising to the occasion with the snipe and going for it.
Yeah, that was Jacob. That was pretty impressive.
That was one of the funniest things I've seen on the show.
You know, I heard you guys, and I put the hammer down, caught up to him in a couple laps.
Yeah, and I got to say, shout out to our camera guy because that was great production by cutting to the rear bumper shot right as he drilled him.
All right, so Christopher, I don't know if you're on our YouTube feed or not, but there was a Zoom link that went out on email. If you want to come find us on Zoom and talk about your day, Will Rogers, I believe, is in our Zoom call already. So I'm going to go ahead and put Will on if that works for everybody. Let's see if we can admit Will into this old Zoom call. Will Rogers is muted, so Will, if you can hear us, let's unmute yourself and let's see that beautiful face of yours when the time comes up.
What's up, guys?
Oh, here we go.
Hey, I'm here with my boy Jack, who finished 3rd, right?
I think 4th.
4th.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, that was so much fun. I forgot how much fun these Blunder races are. So I'm stoked to have a free Thursday night to get back in it. That was fun.
Yeah, that was great. How did you think that that race was going to happen once you had that big issue in the last corner onto the oval? Because you had a great lead going. You got that jump just a little wrong, and then it went, big gap back to the lead.
Dude, I thought I was smoked, like completely smoked. I flipped over the GTPs, I think 3 times throughout the race, like leading. And somehow the first time got back on my wheels, still had like, I don't know, a second or two. And then the second time, I can't remember who was behind me, but the gap shrank so fast. So I don't know, the 3rd time when I flipped again and I couldn't get back on my wheels, it like did a whole barrel roll and a half. And I kind of whipped the wheel, just planted the throttle, and it somehow gripped up. Got me back going, but then I was, I think, in 4th or 5th. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think I was going to survive and come back for it, but as soon as, like, I'm watching the broadcast a little bit with you guys on a separate screen, so I heard about the snipe, I think, right? Both you guys were talking about.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay.
Hill.
Yeah, exactly. I figured a GTP was going to come back and take out Hill for me. So that's the only reason I won, obviously.
Well, you still had a great battle there with Art Reimer to the end, so that was a lot of fun. Do you have any sponsors you want to thank?
Tovo Motorsports, I'm here in their simulator at their place. Jack's got his over there. I don't have a sim anymore. After COVID, I pretty much stopped like iRacing, and then I ended up selling my own. So they're my sponsors today. And you guys, Sean and Ryan, you're my sponsors for having me show up and allowing Jack to come too.
Yeah, no, for sure. Jackson, you've been racing a lot of GR Cup stuff, buddy. I've been coaching guys against you like Rutledge Wood and Carl Foreman. What'd you think of your Thursday Night Blunder debut?
It was a ton of fun. I think it was the best time spent. It was an awesome series. I had a ton of fun racing with Will. We were in 1st and 2nd for like 15, 16 laps. It was fun.
Yep.
And then, it was just a lot of fun.
Now, Jackson, you're going to be racing GR Cup again next year?
No, sir. I'm doing some TA2 next year.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, we're big fans of the Trans Am series. Andy Lally, who's the president of that series, is one of our best friends. So we wish you the best this year, and we'll be cheering for you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Awesome. Take care.
All right, Will, how's this year looking for you?
It's going to be another busy one. I got through my first season as a cup spotter. It was a big learning lesson, had some good races, some bad races. Learned way more about NASCAR, I feel like, than I had ever known, just by being a spotter. Like, we kind of know the ins and outs. Seems like we know all the drama, all that kind of stuff. So I've settled in pretty well to that. And as far as racing goes, hopefully, like this year, I'll race a few times. I got to run an Xfinity race and a truck race this year. So hopefully 2026 will be similar. But I'm looking forward to kicking off the season with Sean down at the 24. Love Andy Lally, but kind of glad he's not driving this year because of what happened last year when he was in the car.
It's completely him. Good point.
I'll have a chance to actually spot at
Yeah,
the 24
yeah.
this year.
So we'll give a little backstory, and then we'll be done. So Daytona is like a 12-day event effectively. There's the Roar, which is like a big 3-day test, and a couple days off, and then 2 days of practice, and then the 24. Will was the spotter through all of that. And then during the race week, you brought in Jonathan to help out, Jonathan Bauer, who basically you guys work in 2 shifts. So you'd been doing the lion's share of spotting through practice, understanding the cadence, all the stuff that takes to sort of perfect the system between, say, you and I as we communicate over the radio. Jonathan did the opening stint, and then you would work through the night. And like minutes from doing the shift change between Jonathan and you, the car blew up, and you never spotted last year's race.
Yeah, I was going up the elevator at Daytona. I lost connection on my phone. I was following the live timing, and by the time when I got in the elevator, I can't remember what position we were in, but looking pretty decent. When I got to the top of the elevator, timing flipped, and I thought it was a glitch, but I was kind of speed walking to the stand to see what happened, and John was coming down simultaneously
naked.
We're done.
Yeah.
So I was bummed in that moment. I didn't get the chance to do it, but looking forward to this year. Hopefully some redemption. It'll be a great time.
Yeah, no, it should be good. You have done 0 race laps as a spotter, and in the last 2 years, Nikki team has done 1 lap.
Oof.
So,
yeah.
So
we'll look that around this year.
Let's hope between the 2 of you we have better luck. So anyway, congrats, Will.
Yep.
Big time win. You're now qualified for next week's World Final. I don't know what your schedule is like, but will we see you? It's stock cars.
50-50. I'd love to do it for sure. There's a chance that I have to do it's random, like a sailboat voyage from Charleston down to Florida. My sister needs some help, transporting it or getting it from one place to another. And that's going to take me 4 or 5 days next week. So if I'm back in time, I'll be here. But otherwise, I might be somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean trying to get to Florida. So
right. Well,
we'll see. We'll see.
We're told that Eric Jones is a fan of us, so now you've got some big time bragging rights.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've got tons of stuff to talk to Eric about. Maybe I'll somehow, some way get him to be part of a Thursday Night Blunder. That'll be a big accomplishment.
There you go.
As a spotter.
Well, the invite is there next week.
Yeah, we could try. If I can't make it, I don't know if I can sub somebody in, but
for sure.
Yeah, Jackson's totally welcome. Absolutely.
So, sweet.
All right, dude.
Well, thank you guys. That was great.
Awesome. See you, bud.
See you guys.
Such a nice young man. It pisses me off.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so let's see. We got Jack. Are you around or are you gone?
I'm still here.
All right, so tell us about your day.
My day? No, I obviously didn't have the best of days today on the Thursday Night Blunder, but hopefully I can come back next week and find myself with some redemption for tonight's efforts.
We'll welcome you to it. But no, it was great having you. It was fun to talk about all this, and we should have a couple different guests coming on, but we'd love to have you on and get your take of American stock car racing. Yeah,
of course. And thank you guys again so much for having us and the opportunity to jump on. And at a whim's bonus, we got Bailey's Sim up and running. And like I said, it's sort of my first time spending any decent amount of time on this. So it was definitely enjoyable, and you guys made it a lot easier as well. So thank you for that.
All right, brother. Well, we'll probably see you in a few weeks, I'm guessing. So.
I hope so. And then, of course, I guess we should have dinner at some point.
We'll see. Yeah, would love to do it. All right, that's pretty much everybody. We've got Art Reimer here. Let's talk to Art for a couple minutes because he had a really good race, and then I think we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
So Art, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Do you
Yes,
have
sir.
no video? Is it just you? Just you with no video?
It's just me.
Okay, I'll leave the cameras as they are then. So, so you were up there the whole time. It was really cool to see with guys like Will and Jackson who are full-time racers, so to speak. To see your name up there was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I guess I was the best in class of non-actual race car drivers tonight. To be honest, I thought I had already qualified for the finals, but I don't know if Jacob forgot to send me an email or not. But so I had the Pro 2 Lite with a nice Continental tire paint, and then I log in and find out we're running the Pro 4s. So obviously I don't have a paint, so probably a good thing I didn't go a lap down.
I see. Well,
right.
You've been a long-time member. We might have been nice, but maybe not. You never know. Cool.
but yeah, that was a fun time. I was just trying to usually try to follow someone so they'd hit the ramps first and basically
Right.
knock them out of the way for me. And that last couple of laps, got a really good run. Thought I could get up the wheel, but just ran out of time there. Came up just a little bit short. But as I said, had fun time. Thank you all for hosting. Thanks Continental Tire for the support. Those are some really good tires. Got them on my Prius, and they've done well for me. So thank you, Continental Tire.
Cool. All right. Well, I think we're good there. Ryan, anything else?
No, we just appreciate you guys being so supportive of our partners, obviously, with Continental. Big shout out to Jacob and everybody that helped put on the broadcast for us and putting on the series all year. And we're looking forward to next week. If it's anything like this, it'll be hilarious.
It should be. It's a cool concept. And Jacob, as you said, the mini stocks, as much as 200 horsepower around Daytona doesn't sound like a lot, you say they're hard to drive. So I'm excited to see how this all pans out next week.
Yeah, they do move around quite a bit on you. They're not glued to the racetrack, so it'll be a fun challenge.
Cool. All right. Well, Tyler, anything?
No, just glad to be back.
I got nothing. Jonathan?
Glad to be back as well. It was a really great evening. Looking forward to next week.
Cool.
Yeah, Jonathan, great job, man. That was a perfect job. The chat was going crazy with all the highlights.
Thanks.
All right, so next week, exact same time, exact same channel. We'll do it all over again. I don't know exactly what our car count is like, but Jacob, am I right? It's going to be like 200 cars, something like that?
Yeah, I was thinking like 255.
Yeah, 255 cars,
Solid.
200 horsepower around Daytona International Speedway. But in the meantime, we got all kinds of stuff that we're working on. Right around next week's race, you might see some more podcasts. If you're a fan of the Patreon, you might see some Patreon stuff showing up as well. But other than that, we got work to do here. So, Ryan, any closing thoughts? Otherwise, let's get out of here.
No, just a great race. And as always, these things are supposed to be dumb ideas that don't put on a good show, and then it ends up being awesome. So we continue to fail upward.
God, there's so many comments I could make, but I won't. All right. Well, enjoy the